Welcome back to Reptile Kingdoms. Today we'll be doing a cork bark driftwood bonsai tree display. I started off by cutting into the cork bark, copying the shape of the driftwood. I thought this giant rock in the back was going to be really cool and I wanted to use it. Unfortunately, ended up not using it. But here you'll see me trying to get the feel of what I want it to look like on this rock. So as you can see, I've cut the pieces almost perfectly to fit into each other. I then used rubber bands to secure the two pieces together so they wouldn't move. I'll take what I can before I wake up and I'll leave forever. It's a routine delay that always replays. Getting the last rubber band on, you'll see here in a second, we'll be hot gluing these two pieces together. So what we do here is we just hot glue in between the cracks and fill it with cocoa fiber. Call you again. I ain't gonna call you again. I ain't gonna call you again. I ain't gonna call you again.
So as you can see, we went ahead and covered that up with glue and then sprinkled some cocoa fiber on that. You can't even tell that we went ahead and glued that together.
Now it's time to remove any excess hot glue and the rubber bands.
Moonlight trickles through the shutters. Something lit a pale flickers hints of contours and leaves me in tatters. Out there are the stars.
Filling in the rest of the cracks that need to be filled with cocoa fiber and hot glue.
Sense of desire makes fuel in the fire and fogs the perception. Cue the hazy hum that grips at your lungs like it's begging you for something to cave.
And after about 20 minutes, removing the last rubber band, the two pieces are holding together nice and tight. This is aquatic driftwood, made to sink. It's very heavy and outweighs the cork bark. I'm using a small rock to balance out the weight. Using more hot glue to keep it secure in place. And now it's time to add the last piece of cork bark. Now it's time to add the bonsai tree.
First, we need a bottom to hold the substrate in place. I find that using patio screen mesh works great. Now carefully remove the bonsai tree, remove any excess dirt, and place it in its new home.
How about you? How about you? Stepping out of mine, been in you for a minute. Tainted youth, devilish schemes left me black and blue.
Finally, we need to add our moss. I used two different types of moss in this build. Firstly, we have our sphagnum peat moss, and our second species is pillow moss.
Blacking out the sun with a new point of view. Ideology stumble out of this smoky room. How can I be so young but feel so used? Breaking out of the mold, I feel brand new, new. How about you? How about you? How about you? Ooh, how about you?
When I finished covering the top portion with moss, I then started moving on to the sides.
Heaven knows I've been dreaming.
Then I added substrate all around the bottom of the base.
Or maybe I'll get another drink in. Lose all sense of rhyme and reason and slow down my thinking.
And then I decided to remove the substrate and cover the base with moss.
Blacking out the sun with a new point of view. Ideology stumble out of the smoky room. How can I be so young but feel so used? Breaking out of the mold, I feel brand new, new. How about you? How about you? How about you? How about you?
Overall, this experience was really fun and enjoyable. This was my first ever bonsai tree build, and I'm really excited to share it with all of you. Please comment your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. We'll see you next week with a brand new video you won't want to miss. Till next time.